The rain started just after midnight. Daniel was still awake. His small apartment was dark except for a single lamp near the window. Outside, rain covered the city in a soft gray light. Cars moved slowly through the wet streets below. On the table beside him was a cold cup of coffee and a phone full of unread messages. But Daniel ignored all of them, because 30 minutes earlier, he had heard something that quietly changed his life. "You look tired," the old man had said. Not physically tired, not the kind of tired that sleep could fix. A deeper kind of tired, the kind people carry silently for years. Daniel could still hear those words in his mind while the rain touched the windows softly. "You look tired." For a long time, he did not realize it himself. He thought he was simply busy, like everyone else. Every morning, Daniel woke up before sunrise. He rushed through breakfast. He answered emails while walking to work. He spent his days inside bright offices and noisy meetings. And every night, he returned home exhausted. But strangely, even when he rested, his mind never became quiet. There was always another goal, another problem, another thing to worry about. Sometimes, late at night, he sat alone in his apartment and wondered why life felt so heavy. He had a good job, a nice apartment. People respected him. So why did he feel empty? The rain outside became stronger. Daniel stood up slowly and walked toward the window. The city lights reflected on the wet streets below. People hurried through the rain with dark umbrellas. Everyone seemed to be chasing something. Maybe he was too. Earlier that evening, Daniel had stopped at a small convenience store near his apartment. The old man working there often smiled at customers and spoke calmly, even during busy hours. Tonight, the store was almost empty because of the rain. Daniel bought instant noodles and coffee, then waited quietly near the counter. The old man looked at him for a moment. Then he said softly, "You should rest sometimes." Daniel laughed politely. "I rest on weekends," he answered. But the old man shook his head gently. "No," he said, "I mean real rest." Those words followed Daniel home through the rain. Real rest. What did that even mean? Daniel suddenly realized something uncomfortable. He could not remember the last time he truly relaxed. Even during vacations, he checked emails constantly. Even during dinner, his mind stayed busy. His body sat still, but his thoughts kept running. Rain moved slowly down the window glass. Daniel sat back down and closed his eyes for a moment. The apartment was quiet except for the sound of rain. For the first time in many months, he did nothing. No scrolling, no music, no television, just silence. At first, the silence felt strange, almost uncomfortable. But after a few minutes, something inside him began slowing down. His breathing became softer. The rain sounded peaceful. And suddenly, Daniel remembered something from childhood. When he was young, rainy nights felt different. He used to sit near the window in his parents' house with a warm blanket and listen to storms for hours. Back then, life felt simple. No pressure, no endless competition, just small moments. Somewhere along the way, he forgot how to enjoy them. The next morning, rain still covered the city. Normally, Daniel rushed out the door with coffee in one hand and stress in the other. But this morning was different. He made tea slowly. He opened the window slightly and listened to the rain. Cold air entered the apartment softly. For a few quiet minutes, he simply stood there. And strangely, it felt better than many expensive vacations he had taken before. That day at work, Daniel noticed how noisy everything felt. Phones ringing, people talking loudly, screens everywhere. For the first time, he realized how tired his mind had become. During lunch break, instead of checking social media, he walked outside alone. Rain still fell gently over the streets. People hurried past him without looking up, but Daniel walked slowly, very slowly, and something inside him felt lighter. Over the next few weeks, small things began changing. Not dramatic things, quiet things. Daniel stopped answering work emails late at night. He started drinking tea instead of too much coffee. He walked more slowly in the mornings. Sometimes, he even sat beside the window at night without doing anything at all, just listening to rain. One evening, his friend Marcus visited him. Marcus looked surprised. "This place feels calmer," he said. Daniel smiled a little. "I think I'm calmer too." Marcus laughed. "What happened to you?" Daniel looked toward the rainy window. "I got tired of being tired," he answered quietly. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The rain filled the silence gently. Marcus finally said something Daniel would remember for a long time. "Most people never stop running," he said, "even when they no longer know why they started." Daniel thought about those words for many days. Maybe that was true. Maybe people became so busy chasing life that they forgot to actually live it. Weeks later, Daniel returned to the convenience store. The old man was organizing boxes near the counter. When he saw Daniel, he smiled. "You look different," he said. Daniel nodded slowly. "I've been trying to rest." The old man laughed softly. "Good," he answered. "Life becomes quieter when you stop fighting every moment." Outside, rain continued falling over the city. Daniel walked home slowly beneath his umbrella. The streets were still busy. The world was still loud. But something inside him had changed. For the first time in years, he no longer felt the need to hurry through every second of life. When he reached home, he made warm tea and sat beside the window again. Rain touched the glass softly. The apartment was quiet, and in that quiet moment, Daniel understood something simple but important. Peace does not always arrive in big life changes. Sometimes, it begins on an ordinary rainy night, when a tired person finally allows himself to slow down.